All right. Oh shit. Oh buddy,
Yeah.
what's happening? How you feeling? You're good? You're fine?
Yeah, dude. I'm flying.
Dr. Green
Hi.
Thumb?
If you, yeah.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Is this incriminating?
Yeah.
It's a
I
little
didn't
blurry. That
wait,
could have been anything.
look a bit oregano. Did that
Yeah.
ever happen to you? You ever hear those tales of like people being like, "Oh, I bought weed," and then it turned out it was oregano?
No. But have you?
No, man.
Yeah, like why would you buy that? You would know. Like pencil shavings in a bag.
Yeah, I think you have to be like 10. I think past the age of 10, I was very savvy on what marijuana looked like.
Yeah. I've had a lot of shit weed because I didn't really know what good was. I had some that were like it was basically like ground up, so it was basically like a dust, and it was so
Oh,
hard to roll. It was so dry and crumbly.
oh.
Yeah, dude.
It just makes me feel bad about how we've almost done to ourselves. So we're like, we've created weed that is so good that we could never go back.
Yeah,
If you look at those, like people talk about the 60s and like smoking grass and all, or like even like the 20s, right? Like we're smoking reefer, you know, back in the
yeah.
day. But that shit was like fucking straight up just weeds, man. Like that was like just
Like
dried.
dried out, like
Yeah, dude. There's those
dried out.
you
What?
dried up fucking just dirt. There's High Time magazine, and you can Google this. It has photos of like strains of the year, like goes all the way back to like the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
And the weed strains in the 70s are like they're just like I wouldn't give that to my fucking dog.
Do they have like pictures in it, and it's all like dried out, like loose
Yeah.
shit?
I mean, it's all natural though, so maybe we've just created this Frankenstein monster of THC that
Yeah, which is true. Like they're way more potent than they should be, but we basically mastered that plant.
they're too potent.
You know?
Weed's too
Yeah.
potent, man. I love BC and like it's like, yeah, BC bud. It's great to smoke, it's the best, but like that shit is fucking strong, man. That's
Yeah.
strong. If you're not used to it, like
Yeah. It hits hard.
you
Yeah.
green out.
It's funny, like living here though, and that's normal to you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's normal, and then it gives you such a high tolerance, but also like you have such a high standard that like if you go anywhere else, it's like, what is this dirt? Like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
What are you trying to give me?
You almost rather just go cold turkey or something.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. Not the same.
No
But we've
fucking
got
way.
too much, man. It's like we've gone like weed has basically become a hard drug. Like
How do you
dabbing,
mean? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude. People are up there. Even like a bong.
You
If you
know,
think about it, a bong is an insane thing to smoke.
it's like
Like,
a crack pipe almost. Like it just like you're like blazing this like hot fucking
yeah,
matter in like a glass bowl, and then it's like going right to your head. You're just like,
yeah.
it's fucked up.
Dabbing is like the meth and like crack of marijuana use. It's like
Pretty
once you
much.
hit that, it's just like,
Yeah,
what are
dude.
you doing?
You've gone too far. Like,
Tone it down.
yeah,
Tone
man.
it down.
It's supposed to be a casual affair, not like a I want to get fucking obliterated. You know?
Yeah. Like, and people are like, oh, it was so cool. I dabbed and I just like couldn't move my head for an hour.
That's
That's no
not
way to
cool,
live.
dude. Yeah.
That's happened to me on weed multiple times accidentally. And every time I've been like, that was too much.
Yeah. Damn. Well, at least maybe they're smoking weed and they're not on crack or heroin.
That's true. You know,
Yeah.
that is true. Everybody should just smoke weed, man. And
And all
everybody
it's
will be
for,
better.
bro. Yeah. It's healthier.
No, I honestly think though that like the hemp industry, the hemp industry is a red herring. Let's keep it funky, Chris. People talk about the benefits of hemp, but like they're really just they're red herring set up by the toilet paper industry to keep fecal fiber down. Let's
It's
keep it
true.
funky.
We already went over this in the beginning, but it's like that is the best source
It's the
material.
best source.
Yeah.
Hemp is bullshit. If hemp's so great, why can't you produce it out of your anal gland?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Why isn't it
Right?
natural ish
Yeah,
on your
check and
person?
mate.
Yeah.
Can you secrete it from your orifices? No. Next. Not impressed.
Yeah.
Oh
It's true.
man.
Yeah, man. I think you did it again.
Oh, you're
It's
gonna be
like you
quiet now,
see in like 12 dimensions, man. You see everything.
dude. Brown eyes open, brother.
Yeah.
Keep your brown eye open.
You have two. You don't even have just one. You don't have a third eye. You have like a fourth eye.
Yeah, it's a. So my third eye is my butt. No, my
Yeah.
third eye is the third eye, but it's also a butt, and then there's also the butt. So yeah, it's a fourth eye. There you
With those
go,
all combined, yeah, you see the truth. Yeah, dude.
dude. School of the fourth eye, right? Fuck your third eye. It's a fourth eye.
I know. Third eye was like last century, man. We're like
Yeah,
or last millennia. It's the year
third eye blind,
2000.
bro. Talking about
We're in
math,
the
isn't that
20s.
2020?
No, we're just in the 20s. Think about that. Like in another 30 years, we're gonna like back in the 20s. Remember that big pandemic? Like we're a bunch of newsies or something.
Yeah, the Roaring
Extra,
Twenties.
extra.
I'm stoked for the Roaring Twenties. I want that. I want that to happen again. I don't care. I don't care if there's going to be a giant collapse in like 10 years of the stock market. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck the stock market. But like I feel like after this pandemic is over, shit might it would be a weird time to get back in business, but people are gonna want to go out of their houses. So it's actually a perfect time to start a business when this is
It,
actually truly over.
things are gonna get fucking weird in like
Yeah.
a year, 2 years,
Yeah.
because people are really gonna just want to go outside and be. People are either gonna be like home cyborgs where it's like, oh, I have my VR helmet and my bidet that that I could power through Bluetooth, and
Yeah.
I have all my connectivities and I don't leave the house. Or people are just going to be outside just sucking and fucking and drinking and stinking.
Out in the open. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to just be like an outdoor meat market. It's going to be like Mad Max Thunderdome.
It'll, pro-
It's going to be great.
it'll probably be yeah, both of those things at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah. That's like a utopian future, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's going to be like a bad sci-fi. It's going to be like the introverts and the extroverts.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Facing
wild.
off.
Facing off. Yeah.
I feel like I just realized recently that I'm a little bit of both. I'm maybe 50-50. Like I like talking to people. I'm a little like outgoing, but I also like my peace and quiet, like my weird like alone days, my hermit days.
Yeah, it's such a weird binary. Like you're either like A or B. I
Yeah,
always
I
see
don't
that
think
like I think it's kind of bullshit, honestly.
yeah, there's a
Because
spectrum.
yeah, like you look on Tinder and people are like, I'm an intro extrovert. You know, you're like, what is that? You're just a human being with
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly. Oh, you're just
sometimes
normal? Yeah.
you're just yeah, like we have different varying capacities of like of of how we can handle situations based on our like where we live, what we do, our
And
identity, where we're
your
from, and
mood
our
of the day.
mood, and
Yeah.
it all varies with individuals. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
variance of human conditioning. But people like boxes, right? People are like, you're this or that.
That's exactly that's what's up. I think that's kind of yeah, it's a weird direction to go in to like try to like really box yourself into these little things, these little ideas of you. So it's like, can't you just live? Just live and
Can I
not have to
live,
be.
man? Can
It's
I just
true
be
though,
agent of
man. You don't have
chaos,
to be like what I am all the time.
bro? As a Cancer, I agree with you,
Yeah.
and I empathize with you.
Yeah.
What are you? Are you
Just
Pisces? What are you? Gemini? You're Gemini. No,
me.
you're
I'm a Cancer
Cancer.
too. Yeah, dude.
You are.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Double
See,
cancers.
but as a Cancer, you know, I make that mistake of misaligning you. That's a typical Cancer trait.
What do you mean?
I don't know, man. I'm just making
Okay.
shit up. But like because people put shit in, you're a space crab. You're a water fountain.
Oh yeah.
I'm twins.
Oh, it's because I'm a can. Yeah, exactly. It makes so much sense. You're a Cancer.
You're a Cancer. What's your star sign? I mean, honestly, if people want to believe in that, that's kind of cool. It's kind of just like a religion. People are
Yeah,
like, it's just a new form of religion, bro.
it's kind of fun. It's like a funny way to think about things.
It's kind of the best religion because people don't really take it seriously. Like like you're not gonna murder somebody at the stake for being a Gemini.
Not yet, man.
Not
The shit could
yet.
get out of
Not
control.
yet.
Yo,
Not
dude.
yet.
That's because their
That's
numbers are
true.
low. Once their numbers go high,
Oh,
it's gonna
dude.
be like Cancer versus Aquarius.
Yeah, it's true. In the not too distant future, there's going to be like an algorithm that like compartmentalizes you into your star sign and then assigns you various roles. Trust me, man. Some fucking
Yeah.
psycho's gonna write this. Grimes, Grimes,
Yeah.
and Elon Musk are gonna program this. She's gonna be like, "I have a great idea, lover, about this program." He's gonna be like, "Excellent," and they're gonna create it, and it's gonna fucking literally tell you what you should and shouldn't do, and then
What
just
your
like,
station in life is,
yeah,
basically.
and then
Yeah.
implement that through like this weird neo future capitalism that's coming up.
That shit almost exists in China, doesn't it already?
Does it?
Like the weird class system like that. Like if you're, I swear they have ratings. I don't know.
I know. There's all this crazy Big Brother shit in China that I read. Like, I'm like, well, that's wild. And
Yeah,
then
it
it's
is
actually like
because
insane.
it's like a model of what is possible because they're already doing it, and it's like that dystopian shit, of course. So I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
know.
social credit. I mean, it's like it's just like flagrant. That's why it's like right. It's just straight up. They just like as a cohesive society, they just like put that all together in their Facebook. Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
it's not it's not the nuanced um shit that's in our society. It's just like it is what it is in China. Do you know what I mean?
I would almost say that's better because it's like at least then they're not like trying to hide it and they're not lying to you. So you as a society don't have to always be questioning: are they lying to us or are they like telling us the truth? If they just were straight up being like, we're oppressing you in these ways, then you're like, oh well, I now I
Yeah,
know that for a fact.
and like we
It
couldn't
sucks,
like
but like at least
yeah.
it's very clear. You're at least telling me, you know?
Yeah, man. I don't have to worry about it. I don't
Yeah,
have to worry about the nuance, anxieties, and cognitive dissonance of Western capitalism. Thank
yeah. You
God.
just leave or leave. Yeah.
But what if we couldn't fuck with each other? Because it's like, what if it's like your
Honesty.
friend Chris Hernandez has not been paying social credits? If you associate with Chris Hernandez, you get -5 social credits.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be
Yeah.
hard, bro. That'd be
Yo,
hard.
that's a Romeo and Juliet story.
Oh man. We're just like doing the podcast pirate radio style. The fucking drones are coming at us.
Yeah, yeah. We're in like a van
Yeah.
driving up a hill to an antenna.
Yeah, in the middle of the fucking woods, somewhere on
Yeah.
Vancouver Island.
We gotta get the message out.
Oh man, yeah, that's the
Have you
way
ever
to do
seen
it.
that movie Pump Up the Volume? I think it's called. It's a Christian Slater, and he has a pirate radio station that he does it. He's like a teenager. Have
Oh
you seen that
man,
shit?
no,
That's like a classic shitty 80s, 90s movie.
fuck.
Christian Slater was kind of like the god of those shit movies for a while. Like
Yeah,
have you seen Gleaming the Cube where he's like a skater?
Gleaning the Cube. That's the one with the rollerbladers or the BMXers.
No, he's like a skateboard kid, and I think his brother is like into some shit with some like mafia people and gets killed, and then he like tries to solve his like brother's murder, but he's like a skater, and like all those early guys, I think what's the Bones Brigade, all those early skaters that Tony Hawk's team, like I
Yeah,
can't remember what they're called. A lot of those skaters were like actually brought in to do all the skate stunts. So it's like amazing skating in this movie, like all the little skate tricks, because it's like actually professionals, like cutting edge professionals. We should watch that shit, dude.
Gleaming the Cube.
Yeah, Christian Slater.
Do you think they could create a better name, like a
Yeah,
title,
probably. It's like an annoying thing to say. Gleaming the
dude?
cube.
Hollywood's fucked, man. Holly weird, bro.
Tell me about it.
Holly weird.
You nailed it.
Nail in the coffin. Nail in the fucking coffin, bro.
Dude, I've been full back into Young Thug. You ever give him a shot?
The Thugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Young Thug. He has so much music. It's also one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, Young Thug, but yeah, I haven't like followed him. I guess Young
One of
Thug
the
is like
best.
the Young Thug. It's weird too because Young Thug is like the almost like him and like I guess like Chief Keef and like Lil Wayne are like the kind of like forefathers and like Future are like the godfathers of like today's music.
Yeah.
But like to me, it's like that's the kind of shit where it was like the last like oh like I was still young and like wow rap like these guys are crazy. Now I feel like I'm into like old head territory where I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't know, man. You got a diamond on your head, like,
I love
all
that he
right,
did that. Uzi. Dude,
Dude,
that's genius. He's kind of like that though, like a weird anime guy.
he literally is like an anime character now. You know what he looks like though? He looks like the diamond on the head reminds me of uh like old toys, if this makes sense, like 80s,
Yep.
90s toys where like they'll have a new edition, like Ninja Turtles, but like Diamond Force, and then every Ninja Turtle has like a different colored diamond on their head or their stomach. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
reminds me of, man. It's a fucking Hasbro toy of
It's
rap.
true. Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
insane.
It
How do
even
you get
looks like
that?
that. It's like a little like hand almost holding onto that gem.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
That's pretty. I think that's like just the next level for the rap, like stunting and showing off. He always got like shit on your arms and stuff and necklaces, but then he just has like a diamond on his head.
you just
He's like, "Fuck you."
yeah. Where do you go? Like just like fish scale skin? Like you replace your skin with fish scale? Like
Yeah, just diamond glittery
gold?
shit. Yeah.
How do you do? Yeah, like how do you? Where do you go from here, man? Like he took it to a level where it's like now everybody like how like it's worth like $10 million or something, like something
God
crazy.
damn, really?
It's
Jesus.
up there, bro. That's why. What
That's
if he
almost
falls
like some
down?
like
That's my question. What if he just falls down?
and like on his forehead.
Yeah, what if he slips, man, and hits his head or fuck?
Yeah, it's a
Do you think
trippy thing, dude.
do you think people are gonna come after him now?
Probably. He's just wearing that shit. Like, can you take that off? Like, how does it even work exactly? If you
I
walk
think,
around with that all the time, I feel like people are gonna come for you.
man, yeah. Man, he looks like a wizard, like put that in his skull to like keep him alive. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
he,
yeah, like some Iron Man shit.
yeah, it's so wild.
I like that he's just pushing it like that though. He's just like,
I kind
fuck
of like
it.
it too. It's
Yeah,
why not, man?
that's the
Why
kind of
not?
like fun hip hop shit where you're like, it's outlandish but it's funny.
That's the thing. I think yeah, it's better than shooting a guy or getting shot.
Yeah, exactly.
If he's just known as like the little dude with a diamond in his head, it's better than being the guy who
That's sick as
fucking
shit, dude. That's like
got
some
murdered.
Dragon Ball shit.
Yeah, he's straight up just a Dragon Ball character now.
Yeah,
Straight show and jump.
he went all
He's
the
just
way.
yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So how's Victoria? You're kicking on the island.
Yeah, I just had a big dump of snow. I'm stuck in the house,
Fuck man. Hell yeah.
but it's chilling. It's nice to be back here in the old home.
The island vibes, bro. Slower
Definitely
pace,
is
bro.
different. It's very different.
It is.
It's slow in a nice way.
It is. I agree. Feels more restful, you know.
Yeah. Looks like you could have a rest.
Oh,
Falling
dude,
asleep there.
I am. I'm passing out. Got a little Yanni, like the
Yanni
Greek
fan?
guy. I don't think I've ever heard a Yanni song before.
What does he play exactly? Like a clarinet or what's his what
A
does he do?
flute.
A
I don't know.
lute?
This is a flute. Some Greek flute. I don't know.
He's always the butt of a lot of jokes, but I don't know. I bet you a lot of people couldn't tell you what he does.
Yeah, he was a meme before a meme, like Kenny G, right? Just a handsome guy with long. That we just discriminate against handsome guys with long hair and woodwind sorts,
But
basically.
it's true. We need a little more respect for them, I think.
Respect the woodwind, bro. That's a
Dude, I just
beautiful
saw
instrument.
Kenny G, I think, was on like a recent weekend performance.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Kenny G's the man.
He is the man. If you think about it, like people like to clown, but he's actually like respected. He's in a lot of shit. I
Yeah,
know he's sort of a butt of a joke, but he like takes it nicely and still kills it, you know?
yeah. I mean, yeah. If I was Kenny G, he's making a killing. Who doesn't like to hear the soulful sounds of a clarinet? You know.
Hell yeah. Kanye West. Fuck.
There you
He
go.
he got it for his wife. You remember that? It was like her birthday or like their
Well, it was Kenny
anniversary.
G. He
Yeah,
just
and he
got
like
Kenny
he
G.
filled a room with like a bunch of roses and then got Kenny G to come in and like play a song. That shit really happened.
Kanye's insane, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you hear him? Do you remember his rant when he went on to like TMZ or he went on to that thing, and the office and was just like talking mad smack and said that thing about slavery?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a choice to me. And then Van Lane like was like, what are you talking about, Kanye?
Yeah, like ripped into him. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Apparently that guy lost his job, and that sucks because
After
he shouldn't.
that,
Yeah, he shouldn't have lost his job after that.
no.
Kanye should have been like Kanye should have hired him for speaking the truth. For Kanye needs guys to like to be like, hey man,
It's true.
relax.
Yeah, it's true. Because like he's even willing to listen. Because like even in that
Yes,
moment, he actually stops and listens to that
yeah,
guy. You know what I mean? So you're right. Like he just needs good counsel because he's a little
he
bit
needs good.
brash.
He is brash, and he'll just come in. He'll catch feelings, and he'll come in and be like, I don't understand this. I don't like this. What's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on? Message
yeah,
you. I'm
exactly.
confused. And then people
Yeah,
are like, whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah,
relax,
that's it. Relax. Yeah,
relax. That's what he needs,
exactly.
man. That's what he fucking needs. That was a weird thing though. You talk about gaining weight and then getting lipo. He was a full on just like I think nervous breakdown in LA. Just you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't think he liked California. I think that's why he moved out to fucking Wyoming.
yeah, of course. California kind of seems like it sucks,
Yeah.
especially entertainment style. Like even Weekend's whole last album was basically like a breakup album where he wants to like leave LA. Like same thing. Like he was
Yeah.
there and he's like LA kind of sucks. You know, like
Well, LA's kind of not really doesn't you don't really need a hub like that anymore.
yeah. And I guess maybe it's more certain sides of LA too,
Yeah,
because
oh
there's
yeah.
like
Well,
there's lots of sides to it. But I guess like the superficial kind of thing is probably
oh
pretty
yeah. Well, because it's
terrible.
all the entertainment business, man. It's the epitome of like all that money and just people, and it's a society of fucking parasites. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone wants to be a parasite. They come there to be one.
Oh, that's wild, man. And it's a lot of money going in though. That's the crazy thing. Like working up here in Vancouver, we've become like the movie industry, the actual like I guess factory where we're like making everything, which is really good for guys like us, right? And good for our jobs. But like you get producers and stuff that come up and you're just like, holy shit. Like, you know, like
It's like a
like the money train, you know?
yeah, and it's like a totally different vibe when they show up.
Well, and it's just like you realize you're like, oh yeah, there's like it's not just shot here. Like there's guys in California with fucking bags of millions of dollars making sure this shit works, you know,
Yeah,
or
I'm always
hoping it works.
surprised how much money they dump into this shit.
Oh, it's wild, man.
Like
It's
tons.
wild, son.
Yeah,
Working for Disney right now. I'm working for Disney right now, and it's like it's so funny because it is a big budget, and I really like it in that sense. It's a really good quality program, and there's money, so we're getting tested a lot. There's good structure, but like they've the production manager, and for people that don't know, the production manager is essentially like the money manager, does all the hiring on the ground, and is basically the go-between between the studios, the producers, and like the production, like the shooting. And he's been putting the thumb screws on us, like because I guess things are starting to cost more, right? So he's starting to like cut things and kind of get annoyed at things and like, which is, I mean, it's stupid, but it's also like part of the course, which is aggravating.
yeah,
So like somebody's like, oh, we have to cut the, you can't work well. You basically, when they cut guys, you can't work efficiently. You have to be like, because if you work efficiently when they cut guys, and they'll be like, oh, why? Well, why do we have to budget three more guys? You know? So like you have to be shitty just so they have to hire more guys so you don't get screwed next time.
yeah.
And
No, that's
it
classic. That's corporate shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or like they walk by, they see you, you're on your phone and they're like, why is this guy on his phone? It's like, motherfucker, I just did a lighting setup. Do you understand how film is shot? Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
waiting, I'm waiting to go in
The
and
penny pinching mentality though kind of
oh,
sucks because that like starts to yeah. Then you
oh, it
get like
affects
petty.
everything, man.
You get
Yeah,
petty. Yeah,
it affects
that's
every, but
any that's like anything in life. Like when you have no money, you start to get petty. The
yeah, it's very true. The only thing
struggle.
keeping us around though, or the only thing that is keeping morale high on it with my crew is that we're basically have created a scenario where he's getting the fucking shit from some producer in Hollywood, which is probably actually what's happening, right? Like Disney is probably like, where's the fucking like you promised me this would be 11-hour days, 12-hour days, you
Right.
know? Why is it 14-hour days? Why are we, and they don't realize that, like, well, I don't know, we're getting shots, we're doing like, but you know, the cinematographer and the director are getting, you know, we're booking these things to get these shots, et cetera, et cetera. uh so that's probably actually happening, but we've just been like, we've been creating this scenario where this producer is putting the shit onto him because the producer owes money to the Armenian mafia in LA.
What? What?
We've created this crazy scenario where I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to get fired, but I'll call him Stevie, the PM, the production manager. So like we literally we've created this producer called Big Dick Donnie. And so me and the other grips will be like, we'll put our head to our head and we'll be like, Stevie baby, what's with all these fucking bubblies? Like, I'm not paying for carbonated water, Stevie. That's
All
not in the
right.
budget, you know. I
Oh,
saw
he's
the
one of
budget
those.
report, Stevie. You know, like
Yeah.
we just, you know, it's pretty funny. We just keep creating like these just random things, you know.
New layers off of that character.
Yeah, just jokes, just different jokes, you know, about fucking what's with the heaters? I thought we were in Canada, Stevie. I thought they liked cold here. What's with all these heaters? I'm in the shit, Stevie. Like some guy, you know, some guy with chains in a
Does he just
sauna.
walk around looking stressed out all the time, or what?
Dude, the the production manager,
Yeah.
yeah, the production manager is never really there because they're in the office dealing with all the money. So when you see a production manager on set, they're there to be like, what's taking so long?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why? Basically. So they'll
They're there
show
to.
up and they just don't talk really. Like I've been on sets where I've been like, the other week I was in the Marriott downtown Vancouver and we were shooting the stunt scene in the kitchen where this guy's running away and there's four guys chasing him and there's soup getting knocked over and people are jumping over tables and shit. It was pretty fun. And I'm chilling in the kitchen and I turn around and I see the production manager is like right behind me. Like I don't, and he's just in the corner because I'm in the corner. And so
Yeah.
he's in the corner. And I'm just like, "Ah!" Like it's like one of those things you turn around, you're like, oh geez. And he's just there just to make sure like they're not on schedule. You know, and like time is literally money in Hollywood, right? It is.
Oh yeah, and tons of
Uh
money.
and
That's the
tons of
crazy
money.
part.
So they
Yeah.
just show up to be like, like
Yeah.
like
That's legit. Yeah.
uh it's so funny. And it's just funny that they cut labor though, because labor is paid, you get tax credits. For people that don't know, this is the episode where we break down the film industry in Vancouver. But they talk about you get tax credits, right? And that's one of the incentives for them coming up here. So the labor is essentially free. But then they see you, then a production manager will come in and see a bunch of guys hanging out in between takes because you literally, or while they're filming, because you're just waiting to do something, right? You're actually waiting to work, and they're like, we don't need this many guys. But it's like, yeah, but you're not, you think you're saving money, but then you cut guys and then it takes us longer to get the shot, which is actually costing you money.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking wild, man. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. But I just find it funny because I just have this scenario of this like the production manager just getting like screamed at by some dude in LA and then getting off his phone and then just like seeing a bunch of grips like fucking one time the other day we were like freestyle rapping in the garage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can just picture this like production manager walking by this set and just seeing all these grips like beatboxing and fucking rapping without for like no
Yeah.
reason about and just being like, oh god, like these motherfuckers. Like
Yeah. Pretty much.
yeah.
Just seeing like money down the drain.
Oh yeah. It's funny,
Yeah.
man.
But you're right though. It's like about speed mostly.
Yeah.
Like if they have to stand around, whatever, because it's like when it happens, it's better to have a lot of people just crush it. You know?
Well, yeah, man. And but it's crazy though, because there's so many nuanced things in film where you have to film, you know, you film, you go tighter, you do different shots, you get coverage, right? Like it's not just like the flow of filming isn't just like it's not a straight line. It's like the way a director does it is to get as much stuff as they possibly can for a scene. So when so in post, they can edit it and actually make it look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've seen there's shows that I was working on. I just worked on The Stand, which is a big CBS production. It was the biggest, highest budget production last year in Vancouver. Huge, you know, Whoopi Goldberg, Greg Kinnear, James Marsden, um, all this shit. And there were some episodes I was watching, and I'm like, that was weird. And I turned to my partner who was an AD on the show, and she was like, "Yeah, we just didn't have coverage." Like that's all they had. So like there'd be a scene where I'm like, why did they choose to just do that? And she's like, that's all they had.
Yeah.
Because they went
Yeah.
over budget, right? They went over. So they just didn't get enough coverage. It's little
Yeah.
things like that. And then you're like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah, even making
the
your own movies or whatever, you kind of realize that. Like the first time,
yep.
few times I ever try to cut something together or make a music video or something, it's like, oh fuck, I wish I had more shot to that, but
Yeah.
this is all I got. You know, like
You
it's
got
good. It's
it.
better to get lots of coverage, like way
Yes.
too much. Better to get more.
But time is money. That's that's a
Yeah,
delicate
yeah,
dance, right? I know that's a
yeah,
crazy thing. So a good director, all these good director and a good first AD, the assistant director, get the shots lined up and flow, and they get everything covered. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, it's just fucking like it's so hard. It's such a hard thing to do. Like it's and then the cam op has to be, the cinematography has to also have that as well, right? They have to make sure the shots they're getting are perfect or for what they are. Like I was on the show I'm working on now, and there was two dogs. It was just with dogs, two dogs. They meet, they kind of play to show that they're actually friendly towards each other. We were shooting these dogs for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the dogs did not want to be near each other. They didn't give a shit about each other whatsoever.
how'd they get them to do it?
They tried to put peanut butter on each other's faces so they would go and like lick each other, but then they had then you could see the peanut butter, and then the cam op was like, I see the peanut butter.
Yeah,
And they're just trying to get them to play and to play fetch, and they had these dog handlers that were like trying to get them to do it, and it was just like we filmed 2 hours of coverage, and it's like hopefully for maybe 20 seconds, but more realistically, maybe like 5 seconds of fucking shots we can get. It's
yeah,
crazy. Like
yeah.
it's a wild world, baby.
That's
The
it.
glitz and glamour of Hollywood, standing in the woods, just watching dogs with peanut butter on their faces, fucking, and have no interest in each other.
That's what I kind of like about that industry because I personally like everything being new all the time. So like you always go to a new location, you have to like learn the whole location, you meet a bunch of new people, you know what I mean? Like you're always being like engaged and like activated,
Yeah,
like because I had other jobs where you just sort of go to the same place every day for years. You had those jobs. Lots of people had those jobs, and
yeah,
it's like it's just for me personally, going to the same place every single day and seeing the same people is not exciting enough, or it's just like it's kind of dull. But this
yeah,
job,
dude.
man, you get to go everywhere. You meet new people all the time, and you go to new places all the time.
Facts.
Yeah,
And when it's done right, yeah, like you balance that stress because you're like, I hope we get these shots. Like, what can we, even if it's like setting up lighting, it's like the director wants this. It's like, oh, we're losing daylight, or oh, we need to set up this to get we actually got to bounce this natural sunlight into the shot and block out this stuff because it's not going to work. Like you got to troubleshoot every set you're on, every shooting location. Oh, we
yeah,
got to get, I'm merely talking from my angle, which is mainly helping the cinema. It's like cinematography, but like, oh, you got to get track. How much track? Can we put the camera on track? Oh, you know what? We're not even going to use track. We can actually just go. We can go on the ground. It's soft enough. Or like, you know what? We'll just go off the dollies. We'll go handheld. Or maybe got to bring in a big crane and fucking do crazy shots, right? Because if we can even get a crane in there, it's just there's so many different things for getting fucking shots. Like,
yeah, yeah. It's the fun. That's the fun
but it's
part.
cool. Yeah, when it all works out, it's just like it looks good. It looks good. Yeah. Different set. Yeah. It's never really boring. And then it is boring. You're just waiting around, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
But it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Meditation, man. It's meditation.
Exactly, man. You could be an office job, fucking talking shit, gossiping about how you don't go, how you should be on a diet, eating a salad.
Yeah, I did that.
I've never worked an office job in my life, man.
It's a weird vibe. I always thought it was like easier because you're just like chilling and like it's pretty simple to do that kind of work. But it's also incredibly boring and like not
Yeah.
like satisfying at all. You never feel satisfied by a day's work. You know what I mean?
You're just, yeah, because your body isn't engaged.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. that, and like the work you're doing generally doesn't give you any satisfaction. It's like for
Yeah.
a purpose that is greater than you, like a corporation specifically. It's just like a grinding like routine, or it's like mind numbing work. So you don't ever feel satisfied. I don't know. That's just been my experience. But like any other job where you like have a hard day's work with your like friends, basically your coworkers, you feel like a sense of satisfaction at the end of the day because you all kind of came together and did something. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
at like
man.
a corporate office job, it's just like endless. Like there's no, yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
No, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. And you're just in light. It's like the same lighting, you know, you're just you're in a room or like in a, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Then that's when people start getting like little desk ornaments and shit and like
yeah.
having pictures. It's like just to liven up like this dead space. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember when we both lived together or both lived in Victoria and I was working in kitchens and you're working in offices and we'd meet up and you're like, oh, let's do all these things. And I'm just like, man, I'm exhausted. You know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
was
You're
the
like, we gotta
reverse.
go.
Dude, I know I'm like sitting all day. So I'm like, let's go for a long ass walk. And you're like, dude, I just stood on my feet for 8 hours.
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. That's why I find factory jobs crazy because it's like the mind numbingness of an office, but like you're in like you're producing like physical things.
Yeah. I would think that that's like a step up from the office, to be honest.
It
Because
depends
seeing
what,
something
like a plant,
physical, what's that?
like a plant job where you're just like watching bottles go by.
Yeah, because like I think something physical makes like sense to the mind and it's like easier on the eyes. But like office, you just like walk around. Everyone's just looking at screens all day for 8 hours a day. You're looking at screens. Like this is another thing that tripped me out about it. I'd like wake up on the metro to the work. I would be on my phone. Then I go on the computer at work for 8 hours. Then I go home and watch TV shows. And I was just like, honest, my eyes were looking at screens literally
Yeah,
the entire day. You know what I mean?
that's wild.
Yeah, with the physical plant job, then you're just like, oh, there's a bottle. I could see it. I see the dimensions of it. You like your brain's using it is being used more, you know?
You know, I think the best jobs we should just bring back the industrial revolution and just have really dangerous factory jobs.
Yeah, no
You know,
regulations. Yeah, get
there's
rid of all
no
those
dude,
regulations.
child labor, fucking
Fucking that's how you
smelting
stimulate an
plants.
economy.
Yeah, just
Just no
you know,
regulations.
no regulations, dude. Just let the benevolent hand of capitalism guide us.
Where there's a will, there's a way, man.
Yeah. That's why I never get those fucking shows. I mean, I got, but this is also a very like Western centric thing because obviously around the world we have fucking sweatshops and shit. Like
Oh yeah,
keep it real.
almost every country.
But when people are like people are obsessed with like Jane Austen or like it's always like rich white people in like the 1800s. It's never any. It's not even other white people, just like regular white people who are like living in like smog infested cities. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like the aristocratic, you know, upper bourgeois fucking and they're like, oh, it's so great. Look at the dresses. And you're like,
Yeah. I couldn't stand that shit, honestly. I
no.
don't like period pieces because it's always about opulence and it's like that shit just doesn't appeal to me at all.
Yeah. It is all about opulence. It's never
It's kind of
about
whack.
fucking like disease.
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of
I know it's like the camera just pans over it, and then it's just like this cesspool of like piss and shit, and like people walking in it.
bro, what I was Sophia Coppola had that movie with Jason Schwartzman. Was it Christine Dunst? It was that
Kirsten
Mary
Dunst, yeah,
Kristen
Mary
Dunst,
and
who I
Antoinette.
love, who I love. Kristen Dunst is great.
Yeah,
But yeah, that fucking Mary Antoinette, and I never watched it because I read a long time ago that the Palace of Versailles only had like two toilets.
yeah.
So only the king and queen got to shit and piss in a toilet, and then everybody else just had to shit in the corner.
That's it. They
So
don't have
like,
buckets. They don't go in buckets and then throw it out.
bro, did Sophia Cope, man? I bet you somebody's in line. You know, some guy traveled like from the other side of France to go talk about fucking, you know, trade regulations for their spice colonies, and it's like waiting in fucking Versailles, and it's just like, I got his shit, and probably just drops his pantaloons and fucking plants one, man. You know, like you had
Just a
to.
shit corner. Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
But apparently it was disgusting, and it's like why build such an extravagant palace
Oh,
and
and
like,
just shit in it.
and then just
Yeah.
have it covered with human feces, man. Humans are
Yeah.
disgusting.
That's pretty much a metaphor for aristocracy.
Well, and also, why didn't Sofia Coppola, she should make a director's cut edition where they just CGI feces and puddles of urine everywhere.
The feces cut.
The feces cut. The feces
Hashtag
cut.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't, people were, shit was nasty back then. Just be real about it.
I know, like
Don't glamorize
anyone
it.
who's like throwback Victorian shit is like you do not want to
Yeah.
live in that life. That life
No,
sucks.
dude. Yeah. Even if you were like the top 1% of like rich white British people, you were still just like psychologically shitty. Do you know what I mean? Like just repressed and like
And shitting in a corner of
upset
your own house.
and just shitting
Fuck,
in a corner,
man.
throwing it out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point I would just go outside. When you just go outside or
Yeah,
shit out a window or something.
dude, just throwing it out the window.
Yeah. Actually, here we are hating on it when that was pretty much like fecal fiber movement vibes. They probably slept on beds made out of that shit.
Dude, well, and that's the thing then. Know your history. They erased it, man. They don't want you to know that people used to throw shit out the window and people would just pave the streets,
That's what they
with
want
it.
us to believe,
Yeah.
but they were really
Yeah.
making stuff with that.
They're making it, man.
Yeah, they're trying to that was like an early narrative they're setting where like shit was bad. They're trying to like tell
Dude,
people, like in school.
how do you think the fucking French at that time created the Statue of Liberty to get gift to the Americans? That's all
Exactly.
fucking dookie, baby.
Solid.
Merde.
Yeah.
They just covered it with bronze, right? But it's dookie. The foundation's dookie, man. You get under that bronze,
Because it's long lasting, you know?
long lasting, long
Yeah.
lasting.
And
It's never going out of style.
that's right.
Oh, fucking snow day, bro.
Yeah, I like it. It's a nice change.
It's peaceful. It's great. I wonder how many people are skiing. Are you a skier?
I want to get into it. It's like perfect right now. This is a great time.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it
This,
before? Like ever? I've skied a couple
I've
times.
never skied in my
Dude, it
life.
feels the freedom of like just gliding down a mountainside is like pretty nice.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'll just go on the kiddie runs, man. I'm humble. I'm humble. You know why?
I'll
I'm
pay
not
my
gonna try
dues.
to. Well, that's
Yeah.
how people like break their shoulders or their
Oh
ankles or
yeah.
whatever, right? It's because
You
they're
need to
like,
get the
oh, I'll go on the black diamond, like all the other people I'm with. It's like, no, man, you're not at that level.
totally, yeah. It's you need to like get the muscles down and all that shit, like get
Yeah,
your bearings.
exactly. But I want nothing near. I don't want to go anywhere near fucking ski mountains and ski resorts now, man. Not right now
What?
with
Oh,
COVID,
because of COVID? Yeah.
dude. Whistler it's like one of the hot spots. All the douchebags. Think about it, though, like all the fucking douche skiers, ski douches are all up there just not fucking protecting, wearing masks or anything.
Yeah. Probably partying and shit together.
Well, you know what it is though too. And I was listening to CBC. Apparently, a lot of these fucking hotspots with COVID are started by gangs of Australians.
Really?
No lie. It was Australian Independence Day a couple weeks ago, and it was in what's the one in Kelowna?
Oh,
Sun
Big
Peak
White, I
or
think.
Big White,
Yeah.
and it was just like rows of drunken Australian dudes just
Weird.
going to bar and partying. Yeah.
Do they think because like Australia is COVID free that they are automatically just by association?
Probably, but
Like it
they're
just
also fucking Australians,
yeah.
which are the worst. Let's
The
just get,
worst. Damn,
dude.
you can't come out a
You
whole
heard it from here.
country.
No, no. You know what? I don't have any sort of like humanity or like sympathy or any sort of like understanding. I just hate Australians, man. I'll admit it. I hate them. I hate Australians. They're the fucking worst, man.
All
And
right,
okay,
man.
no, let me specify though.
Goddamn.
White Australian travelers.
Travelers, not like people who are trying to live here.
Even those people, because they
All
started as
Australian.
travelers. They had to prove themselves. But no, man, nothing. This is the time. I'm gonna start a party. I'm gonna start like this. I'm gonna start a fascist party, but it's such a niche party. It's gonna be the anti-Australian League.
Yo, why? Okay,
The ale.
what is the series of events that made you come to this conclusion?
Oh, they're the worst. They're
Like every single one you met or something, or what?
nothing is more annoying than encountering a group of Australians. Like
Man, you're gonna
one
have
or
the
two
you're gonna
Australians,
you're gonna have the Australian president calling us up, telling us
good,
to shut
man.
up, trying to
Good.
silence us. Yeah.
Nothing is fucking worse, man. You get a bunch, you're hanging out, if you're hanging out having a good time, and there's like 3 Australians or more, man, you know shit's gonna get annoying or
Uh,
worse. They're the fucking worst, man. Groups
this is
of drunk
surprising to me that
Australians,
you think this.
they're so fucking annoying. And they
That's
want you
funny.
to drink with them. And at first, like, this is great. No, all they do is pour beer down your throat, and then like they get blackout drunk, and they put on the most annoying Australian music. And they're like, this is
That's
the
when you
greatest music ever. And it's like the fucking worst. It's
you
the
gotta just
worst,
bounce, dude. You gotta like spend that good
dude.
time at the beginning and then just bounce.
Man, they'll take over though, and they'll jump on tables and they'll start screaming their Australian cacophonies about bullshit. I was
All
at a
right.
pride party on a rooftop like 2 years ago, and it was great. It was fun. And I kind of like took over the music because I was like, this music's not that good. So I took over the music and it was good. I put on like, I was like, what's good right now? I'm like, okay, it's the summertime. I'm gonna put on reggaeton. Reggaeton, like, it's, I mean, everybody likes reggaeton.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
not put on reggaeton and dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of Mexicans there, and the Mexicans were feeling it, and they were vibing. And this fucking Australian girl comes up, and like, she's like, "Oh, can you put this song on?" And I was like, yeah." And it was like it was straight up a Tina Turner. It was a Tina Turner song from the fucking Matt Beyond Thunderdome. I guess it was
Yeah.
huge in Australia. And it was like
Okay.
her and 2 Australians start looking at it. They like lock eyes and they start loudly singing it together. Nobody else knows what the fuck's going on. Nobody else is dancing.
Yeah.
Everybody's just kind of turned, like, looking around, being like, what the
And
fuck?
you're the one holding the fucking like
Oh,
phone or whatever.
brutal.
Yeah.
And so I put reggaeton back on. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody kind of starts dancing, and like half an hour later, she's like, "Oh, can you put this song on? It's really good." Like, she was like, "It'll be a hit." She said something like that in her annoying Australian accent. And I was just kind of like, "Oh yeah, totally." And she walked away, and I was like, "I'm not putting that song on. No fucking way. You fucking ruined it." Like,
Yeah, no doubt. That's good. You did the right thing.
no. So why are they here? This is the perfect time to mass expel all the Australians. If Australians are causing COVID clusters, just get them out of here, man.
Get the
They don't even need to
concentration
be
camps
here.
going, gather them up, and
Gather
then
them
put
up,
them on a boat.
dude. Send them away, their ancestors got sent away from fucking Ireland and England. Get them out of here.
Oh Jesus.
There's a
All right.
reason. There's a reason why
Disclaimer
the
that
British.
this is like a half thing. Only Mark is thinking this, and Chris
Hey,
is not
no.
thinking this.
Honey Thou, yeah, the Honey Thou podcast does not condone these views. These are merely the views of Marcus Lawrence Chemo.
Yeah.
Get them out of here, man. We don't need them. Why are they here? Why? Pubs aren't open. Bars aren't open. Get them out of here, dude. Get them
Oh,
out. Get
shit.
them gone.
You think that they would just sort of like fade away once the bars closed?
Yeah, yeah. You think they would just grow albatross wings and be like,
Yeah,
I'm off then, and
they
just
fly,
fucking
yeah.
fly back
They just
across
go
the
away.
Pacific?
They just fade away like Marty McFly in his picture when he's like starting to disappear.
Oh,
Do you remember that shit?
I fucking wish they did that, man. Get them out of here. I'm gonna start, dude. Next election, man. You're gonna see it on the ballot.
I'll vote just to support you, but not your cause.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, homie. Just you wait, dude. The movement's happening.
It's only just begun, dude.
The anti-Australian movement.
You could use this podcast as a political platform for your own views
Oh,
if you'd like.
I already am, man. I'm exposing the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Big toilet paper, the Australian problem. Those are my platforms. Big toilet paper and the Australian problem. Those are,
Those are relatable topics, dude.
dude. I think I got a chance.
I think so.
I think I'm gonna be a hit.
When is that election? You should just make them call it.
Yeah, call a snap election. I think they just
Yeah.
did that, but they probably just did that because they knew I was gonna do this, and they were just like,
They wanted to cut. Yeah, you're not prepared, so they're like, we got to get ahead of this.
Yeah, because they knew, man. I'd be taken from both sides, both left and right.
It's true.
I don't know where like the Donald Trump of anti-Australian sentiment.
More like a Bernie, maybe someone more relatable and you agree with.
Yeah, but mine is purely reactionary
Pure
and
hate.
like, yeah, just not really filled with facts. So I more like unfortunately it's more
Yeah.
it's more like Trumpism.
There's
It's less
caravans of
calculated.
Australians fucking
Yeah,
coming.
there's caravan. They're coming,
They're coming over the ocean. A caravan.
and they are problematic, man. They creepy Australians. Get them out of here. Drinking our beer.
Now that's beer. Isn't that a commercial? What is that?
Oh man, I don't
What's
know. I
their
don't even
beer?
drink beer. Foster's.
Foster's, Australian for beer. Yeah, that's it. My terrible Australian accent.
Dude, we have somebody told me he's like, say razor blades. No, say rise up lights, and it sounds like an Australian saying razor blades. Rise up
Rise
lights.
up lights. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, kind of yeah.
that's as far as I got. If I
Yeah,
ever
good enough.
audition for an Australian part, I'm just gonna rewrite something like if it's a gun or any sort of item. It's like, I got your rise up lights here.
Yeah,
See?
just say
They're
whatever
like,
you want to say.
yeah,
They're like,
it's
that's
real,
amazing. He's really
yeah,
good.
impeccable. Now here's
That's like
300
when
pages of dialogue.
that's like in Montreal when I'm like, je ne parle pas français or something like that, and I'm like, you get the idea, but then they think I speak French, and then they keep going hard, and then I'm like, that's pretty much it. I burnt out all my French in that one phrase. I don't
Yeah,
know what the fuck you're saying now.
yeah, it doesn't help with Quebecois, man. Montreal slang is like
I wish I
fucking,
knew it, man. Like growing up here would be sick, because then you would just like know both if you lived in a bilingual area.
yeah, that's true.
But
I
like
mean,
trying to learn it, yeah, it's pretty harsh. I don't
French
know.
is a hard language, and it's not like French itself is a hard language to learn, and then you have to speak like a medieval French that
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
and like use an accent that's not like Parisian, I guess. Like
Yeah,
it's
pretty
funny.
funny. It is
Yeah,
funny.
it's not impossible, but
Oh no, it's not. You can do it, man.
I remember I met someone when I first moved there to Montreal. I met someone who had been there like 10 years and didn't know French. And I was like, damn, you never learned? And then I was like there for like 6 or 7 years and I didn't never learn. And I'm like, fuck, I'm that good. Like I didn't want to be that guy, but I turned into them.
Yeah.
Because if I just worked a little bit at it every year, I would probably be way farther. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't even do anything.
When you gotta have like French friends and like surround yourself with you kind of got to be more like
Yeah, because it's more long.
francophone.
You need more long-term interaction. Because like when you just go to the dep and you have a quick exchange, that's not enough to keep your brain with like understanding the words. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if you like, yeah, hung out with French friends, then you're having conversations, so you're using the vocabulary and stuff. It's yeah, that is a big thing.
it is a big thing, bro.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it's totally a big thing. You can't really, yeah, fuck.
you have to do it all the time. You have to like hammer it
Montreal's an
in.
island. It's an island of like it's such a big, and there's so many anglophones there. You can insulate yourself
Pretty much, yeah. Like I
and
don't think
or
it.
just surround yourself with bilingual people who don't really care. So like, I'll speak English. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when it would actually help you a lot if you actually spoke French more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, bro.
it's funny we both don't know our mother tongues.
Yeah, we're race traders, bro.
Yeah, we're just like, ah, fuck it, English, Canadian.
Yeah, we're just Anglos now.
Yeah,
Oh well, what can you do, right? The mono language. Everybody's trying to learn English. I know it's kind of a curse. You're kind of fucked learning English because like you're or growing up as an English speaker because especially North America because we don't have a pressure cooker of different languages like in Europe. People
yeah,
speak multiple languages because it's everywhere. You speak French and this or this and that, and
yeah,
usually at least two, right? And English is usually one of them because English is kind of like it kind of connects everything. But if you grow up speaking the language that everybody learns to speak to other people, why do you need to learn another language?
exactly.
That's the
I always
fuck. I
thought
mean, I'm not saying it's right. Like, it's actually a disadvantage. It's a straight up
no,
disadvantage. But
totally, because it's like you could have known multiple languages, but instead we just know one. So we're at a
yeah,
disadvantage when we go somewhere else. I always thought that same thing with like, like teaching English. That's a huge like industry basically. Like
Hmm.
a lot of friends go do those like teaching English as a second language classes, and like that's like almost a modern form of like colonialism still. You're just like spreading English to all these different countries, being like, learn this because that's what'll get you ahead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's almost like this is a funny like comparison, but it's like the Christian people who went out and were trying to like, force Christianity on people.
Yeah, like
That's literally what
The Jesuit fucking
yeah, that's what this teaching
yeah,
English as a second language shit is. We're like going like missionary style to other countries,
missionary.
being like, just learn fucking English. Like, you know what I mean? That's like pretty racist shit, I think. It's like,
Missionary is an underrated sex position, by the way.
yo, it's a standard. It's fucking vanilla. Vanilla gets a bad rap too, and it tastes delicious. You get a vanilla bean.
Vanilla is good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why did missionary become such a bad thing?
Is it a bad thing? I don't know.
People are like, oh, you could just do missionary. It's like I don't just.
We're all like doing fucking backflips and shit.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
Handstands.
Yeah. To each their own, I guess. But yeah, it is underrated. It's like the tried
Very
and true,
underrated.
you know?
Hmm. Yeah, we know a guy that I was just talking to a guy yesterday. He's learning Mandarin in like 3 years. He's like he's trying to get to the level of a 12-year-old, like a
Yeah,
12-year-old
that's it.
person in China, and it's just like that makes sense because it's like you can comprehend most things, but your nuances necessarily aren't there all the time. Like,
Exactly.
but you can learn those, and you can
Yeah.
still speak normally. Like,
You could like get your point across and understand what people say to you. And then after that, you could do the nuance. Yeah. I wish I got like that with Spanish.
you can still do it, man.
I probably could. Yeah. I'd rather learn. I feel like I have to learn French because I'm in Canada, but like my dad speaks French, like Spanish better than English.
Dude,
So
Spanish is it's such a better language to learn too, man. It's easier
it
to do.
sounds way better.
It's
I
that
like the sound of it better.
yeah, it's way better.
Yeah.
French is fucked. French, they just like take words and they cut half of them out. Like, you don't need to say that.
It's true.
That
And it's
actually
like,
isn't there. Ignore that. Ignore that. They're
I
basically
don't know if this is years of programming on TV, but it sounds hoity toity too. It's just like, ew.
yeah.
Whereas like Spanish is just like rapid fire casual talk. It's kind of like language.
Caliente fuego.
Yeah. Sounds musical.
Yeah, it is musical.
Yeah.
Reggaeton, man. Reggaeton's taken over. Everything's reggaeton.
I welcome it.
Yeah,
The Latin culture takeover.
take over, dude. Ricky Martin
Sean Paul tried
2.0.
to tell us, man.
Yeah. Sean Paul has basically exclusively done reggaeton shit now. He's had like a whole other
He,
career.
I always liked him. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, big dude, big Sean Paul fans. Big Sean Paul fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a Sean Paul support network.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah, you can call in, tell us how
Girls,
you
give
feel
me the
about Sean Paul.
light. Girls, give me the light. I had Moe. You know what was it? Give me the light, or it was like bust another bottle of Moe. Buck another bottle
Oh,
of
I
it's
don't know that one.
open Moe. It's like Moe champagne. I had some. It was
It's
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you put that
Yeah.
song on?
In my head I did because it made me. That's the only reference I had to it.
You're like just turned into a music video where you're like popping it on
Give me
someone.
the light. Yeah, all that shit was he did all that shit in Canada.
Yeah,
That album,
Toronto.
Toronto, all the
Yeah,
Jamaicans in Toronto. So
dude.
it got mad playing much music. That's why it was on all the time because it's for
Ah,
Canada's CanCon.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where's he from? I thought he was from Toronto.
No, he's Jamaican. He's
He's
actually from
actually
Jamaica.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Damn. The Connect, Toronto, Jamaica Connect, man.
Yeah.
One
Never
of the
been.
guys I think from the Scatolites was like living there, and he had a studio, and they had like a little record company. He like made like reggae music in Toronto.
Yeah, man. That's why Drake is so Jamaican influenced. Because
Yeah,
that's
a
like
little patois.
well, yeah, and he's making music essentially from a city.
Yeah,
Like he's a Toronto artist making fucking Toronto aesthetic. That's a lot of it's dance hall.
that's what makes Toronto kind of special. It's just got a
Yeah,
good like variety of cultures. Like it's nice.
that's true. I've never been, but I believe it.
That's
Most
Montreal too. I guess it's the same in Vancouver to a certain extent.
yeah. Vancouver has like Vancouver is yeah, no, it does. I think it's just a different. It's just different vibes. Like it's very, I don't know how to explain that. Vancouver's very well because this is gonna sound racist as shit, but Vancouver's very like Asian. But then
Yeah.
you look closer, and then it's like you have a plethora of different groups coming at different times, different people, different values, different, and that reflects in different areas of the city and different neighborhoods. Um, yeah,
Yeah. It's an interesting town. They're all interesting in their own way.
I think so, man.
I don't like rivalry
I
yet.
definitely
I
think
don't
so.
think. I think rivalry is kind of like lame. Like
Robbery?
like rivalry.
Oh, rivalry.
Like just being like, people from Vancouver hate Toronto, and then people from Toronto hate Vancouver, and it's like, can't we just like them both or not like them? What does it matter? I guess it's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't have to be a competition. They're like vastly different. You
Well,
know?
I think that there's an arrogance, I think, in Vancouver because we're in Canada, at least. It's like we're so far away from everywhere else, and there's not a city on our level. It's like we're the third one, big city, but like it's like who are we gonna have a rival against? Like Nanaimo? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Victoria? Like what else? What like maybe
You're just.
Seattle and Portland, but like
Yeah. I think it's
but
coast styles too. People just picking coasts against each other.
yeah, but that doesn't even make any sense to me. What is this? What is this 1997? Are we a rap group? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
it makes no sense. Because even then, people go East Coast, West Coast, but it's like nobody even like the Maritimes are they're a totally different thing. Like because when you say East Coast, you usually mean Montreal and Toronto, but those are more like in
Yeah.
the Midwest. Like they're not even really on the coast.
That's kind of true. That's
It's
true.
wild, bro. Yeah, so Vancouver almost has this thing where like they're like it's the shit. 'Cause it's like there's not really any other city to be like, oh, it's this city, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Was it gonna be Calgary or something?
Yeah, or Edmonton. Jesus, those guys don't like each other, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But they're both shitty. That's a rivalry, I guess. It's like Calgary and Edmonton hate each other, and then Vancouver's like, you're both trash.
Yeah, exactly. That's like Campbell River and Courtney, and then
Dude,
Victoria.
rivalries are funny, man. I work with a guy from Comox, from the Comox Valley, and we just like we make fun of each other. Like we're totally cool, but like yuck, what up, Comox? Like just
Yeah,
as a joke because it's just like back in the day, legitimately growing up in a small town, like people that weren't from Cumberland, you were like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's
yeah,
who's not from my town of 2,000 people?
yeah,
It's wild, man. Oh, you live 20 kilometers away? You must be fucking a loser. You
yeah.
must,
Let's beat you up,
yeah,
man.
wild.
The have-nots.
It's wild, bro. Shit's wild, man. Oh, crazy time. Crazy taxi.
That was
Take
a
me
good
back.
game.
Take me
Yeah,
back.
all the way. I used
Just
to I used to play that game and listen to like the Latyrix, the album, all the
oh,
time. That's when I was getting into like Quantum and all that shit.
see,
Blackalicious.
I was listening to like Offspring because I was a younger idiot that didn't have the musical nuance taste like you did.
Oh shit. No, that's a few 2 years makes a difference, man. Or four? Are we four?
I think we're how yeah, I think
I'm
we're what's
82. You're
yeah, we're
86.
four, bro.
Hey
Yeah,
shit, that's
2 years,
big.
4 years does make a difference then. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm listening to like Limp Bizkit and I'm like, yeah, come on. Mind you, man. Okay. Somebody played that track with DJ Premier did with Method
And
Man.
Meth and Premier kill it on that song.
It's actually pretty good. And it's one of the things that made me like hip hop. I always forget about that because I love that album. And that track's always on. And I'd always be like, this is fucking one of the best tracks.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
shit,
fun.
dude. Yeah. That was a good collab.
It's a great collab. Fuck, man. They don't make rap rock like that anymore. Rock's dead. Rock's fucking
Thank
dead,
God.
bro. Like, what are you like? What can you do?
It's gone
What can you
everywhere.
do with
It's
rock?
kind of like played itself out. Yeah.
Like, I was talking to a guy yesterday about that. Like, if you just think about it, like think about how much shit changes, and think about how much shit is insular in rock music, like whether it's shoegaze or grindcore. The whole tenets of it are recreating. It's almost just nostalgia music. Like you're just trying to recreate, um, shit from the '90s essentially.
Yeah.
Like you're not
Nothing's
really.
new.
It's not new. Like you're just trying to sound good. You're trying to sound cool. Like you're trying to sound like the most or the best version of something that's just been replicated over and over and over and over and
Do
over
you
again.
do you think there's still room to do anything in rock like new, like you're saying? Because like when Limp Bizkit, like when the new metal scene came out, that kind of came out of nowhere. You're like, it's a weird infusion of a things. You know what I mean? So is there any room left for like rock to go in? I wonder.
Dude, and we had talked about this before on one of our last episodes, but I don't think so, man. I think new metal was like the last, and like that shit was the last fucking gangbang of the bukkake of rock, man, of the genre. The last explosion, the mass, like, bleh, like that's all it had, man.
Yeah.
Because what came after that? Nickelback? That's the apocalypse, son.
Yeah.
Coldplay? That's the
That's
apocalypse,
like
son. That's
more like,
that's a
yeah,
beast. That's a horror of Babylon coming out.
it's true.
That's
It's
not
true.
real. That's not new. That's not healthy.
And pop punk and new metal were kind of simultaneous.
Blink, I would say
Yeah.
Blink was probably the last great rock band other than Rage Against the Machine. Blink 182 was
Yeah.
the last big, and they're like, yeah, we're loud and we're goofy and we're the
Yeah.
kids, the youth like us.
Like making millions doing this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like once you get to the Simple Plan and Good Charlotte era, they're just carbon copies of Blink. Even the American Idiot shit that Green Day was doing
Yeah.
is just in reference to Blink 182. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They kind of changed the game a little bit.
So I would say I said new metal, but I would definitely say Blink 182 was that
But it's
last, and
both. They were at the
yeah,
same
they're
time.
both, yeah.
That's the thing.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, new metal musically, except for Rage Against the Machine and like the Deftones, like audio wise, wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
Blink
Yeah.
182 took the pop punk power chords and the pop punk music and raised it up a bit to commercial viability, right?
Yeah. Like super production. Yeah. High
Yeah,
production value. Yeah.
that's the difference.
That's true.
Because you look at, and like people say Linkin Park, but again, Linkin Park, that's fucking Babylon, man. Like Linkin Park, you listen to Linkin Park, it just sounds like people trying to. It's not really rock. It's like a
It sounds like
band.
nothing. It
It
almost
sounds
sounds
like
like
nothing.
nothing.
It
Yeah.
sounds like nothing, man. It sounds like a bad anime soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah, it's nothing, bro.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So fuck
Blink, bro.
rock. And it's been
Yeah,
around
rock's
since
dead.
when? Like it's been like 70 years maybe of rock. That's pretty old. Like
We
the
don't need it
50s.
anymore, man.
I would say the
It's
50s is like rock,
yeah,
right?
and that's what it had. Rock music was white people taking rhythm and blues and being like they were, shitting out the established order of, the nuclear family.
Yeah.
And then they had their heyday of all doing drugs and dying and getting tattoos. And we're way fucking past that now.
Yeah.
It burned itself out. We don't, like the whole thing of like, I'm rock. I do rock stuff. Like, oh, you grow your hair out long? Who gives a shit? There's fucking like 500 different genders now. Growing your hair out doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's why I kind of like the new rap. Well, rap is the new rock.
dude, people are
It's like,
putting diamonds on their heads, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like when they're like claiming that they're rock stars, like when some rappers, like Uzi himself in like interview with Hot 97 was like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a rock star. And I'm like, that's funny to say, but then now I like truly get it. He's just like a personality who's just
Yeah.
like wild and makes like crazy
Yeah.
music and people love it. That's pretty much a rock star, you
Rock
know?
is like blues and jazz, man. It's put its imprint on pop culture and now it's just like it's just a
Now it
niche genre.
doesn't need to continue. Yeah.
Doesn't it, dude? And all these shows, and don't get me wrong, like I love it. Like we all went to shows, went to punk shows and all this stuff, but like it just the proof's in the pudding, man. You go to a rave or you go to a show with like 30 people. When you go to a punk show and you're like, oh, there was 20 people there. That was a good turnout. Or like 30 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rock's dead, bro. Good riddance.
Yeah. Rest in hell.
Rest in non peace. Rest in torment, Rock.
I feel like rap has more longevity because like
Yeah.
beats could be anything. It could be like reggae, rock beats. It could be like electronic. It could be boom bap, jazz, funk. It could be anything pretty much.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'll have its death to, but it's just starting, man.
Yeah.
Or is it? I don't know. Fuck. Oh man, what time are we on right now?
I think we've been going pretty long.
Yeah, fuck. Well, hopefully we got some gems out of that.
Yeah. We'll find a way to end it. Or do we just say, hey, bye now?
I don't know. What do we do? What do we say? Are you still high?
Yeah, I'm pretty high. We could
What's
play
up?
like, what can we do here? Like leave
Rock.
them with some kind of music or some shit.
We should play some sad rock shit. Oh, rock and
Sad
roll's
rock.
dead. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
songs that are like there's so many songs that are like rock and roll will live forever.
Yeah.
You know, just play an outro like that.
Okay. Like, fine. Okay. All right. Well, how about this? Okay, I'll do that.
All right,
I'm gonna
bro.
stop recording, and we
Yeah,
can keep
well,
talking for a bit here.
yeah.
Unless you want to say, like, introduce it, like, and here's some songs.
Well, I just think of that one. Is that one fucking song by AC/DC?
I'm gonna
Rock and
stop
I'll send it
recording.
to you. Yeah, stop recording to you.